Hello and welcome to my new Flosstube. I'm Jantina Stitches, and this is where I share my cross stitch and sometimes reading. And I'm back with a big update after months and months. I believe my last update was the end of November. Then I did my whip parade in December, and after that I just needed some time. I have a lot of new subscribers, so I want to do a really short get to know me, some little things about me, but I don't really know what to tell. So if you have questions or want to know more about something, please let me know in the comments and I will answer all of your questions. Like I said, I'm Jantina. I'm from the Netherlands, as you might hear. I'm living in the eastern part of the Netherlands, but I grew up in the northern part, as did my husband. I'm living here with my husband and our two kids. Our son is almost 10 and our daughter is 8. So I have a love for cross stitch, of course. That is why I do these floss tubes. I love big projects. Full coverage, but I also have some other projects. I have 44 whips at the moment. That's quite a lot. I hope to end the year with less, but I do have some new starts and a restart to show you today. I also love reading. There will be books included in this video because it's connected to one of my projects. And yeah, I don't really know what else to tell. I love sewing. I also make project bags. You might see some of my own project bags in this mountain. And yeah, and it's been a while since I made a last floss tube. Like I said, it was the end of November, and the last couple of months weren't easy. I want to do a little bit of a life update. I won't go in far or deep, but I have chronic issues. One of the things is fibromyalgia, and I've had Lyme disease, which left traces, which isn't helping. I'm hypermobile, so it all intertwines to a body not really working. My energy has been low for years and years, and I've been running on an empty battery with 2 young kids, our family, everything, and work. It didn't work. So I always told myself I was doing fine, I was doing great, and giving in to being chronically ill felt like defeat. And I know it's not true, but it really felt like that. So I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And we all know it doesn't work like that. Your body will stop. And that happened to me, I believe it was September, and I wasn't feeling well for weeks and weeks. I had, how do you say it? Words are hard. My brain doesn't work. Like it get black before your eyes and you have the feeling you faint. Well, it was a daily thing. My battery was empty, and the stress of a new job, it was too much, and I broke down. So long story short, I have a burnout. I'm working on it. I have good days, I have bad days. I pretend I have more good days than bad days. But I also need to learn to listen to my body, to take the rest I need. And it's hard. It's not easy. But I take my daily walks, I go out more, outside as in walking, and things that I can't do, I can say now, that's too much for me, I won't do that. And I had to learn that the hard way. And some of it were nice things, nice days, but I was out for more than a week. For example, the craft fair was here in the Netherlands in, I believe it was the beginning of January. I went there, I saw my sweet, sweet friend Johanita, and I didn't went for long. But all the noise and all the people, I was walking like, it was too much, and it took me a week to recover. And it was a really nice stitchy day, and I had such a nice time. It was just a couple of stitchy ladies here from the Netherlands. I think we were 7 or 8 in total, and had a wonderful day, but it was too much. So I tried to take my rest, and it takes time, but I stitched a lot. So that's what I want to share with you. I believe I have 14 projects, and I made notes because, like I said, my brain doesn't work. Words are hard, names are really hard, even names I know. It's hard. So I made notes. I already told you I went to the Handwerkbeurs, the craft fair here in the Netherlands, and I have a little bit of haul, and I will insert a clip of that over here. So in November and December, I stitched quite a lot on one of my projects. I had some goals. A girl here a girl here from the Netherlands, Daphne, she has a quilt shop online, and it's called Het Naaldbos, and she organizes a finish party twice a year, and I really love that because it really helps to work on some goals. And one of my goals was to get Minnie Deer Creek to 70%, and I made it. And I also finished the bookmark, and there were some other goals I don't remember, it's been a while, but it was so fun to work on those goals. So every time she has a finish party, I try to join because it's just so wonderful. There are also Zoom chats where you craft together. I didn't join them this time because I couldn't, but at the end of every finish party, Daphne has kind of a prize. She will pick 3 people who win something, and I won something. I never win, and this was amazing. I won a quilt course. It's online, so I can do it when I want, when I feel like it, and when it's convenient for me. But it's I already took a look at it, and it's so clear, and there are videos, and I think it will be okay. And if I have questions or whatever, I can always contact Daphne and she will help. And she sent with the quilt course a box with some goodies. So I will insert a clip of that over here together with fabric for the quilt I will be making with the quilt course. And I bought those fabric myself, and she helped me pick them out, and I love the colors. I'm so excited to start when I feel a little bit better, but I will insert a clip of that here. So another thing that really helped me to focus on a project is the stitch along or challenge from Stitches So Beautiful. It's a challenge on Facebook, and you can enter which project of Stitches So Beautiful you want to work on, and every week you post an update picture. You don't have to stitch like 1,000 stitches or whatever. You can stitch what feels good for you and what works for you. And if it's only 50, that's totally fine. Or I believe even 1 is okay, as long as there is progress. And I did that for January and February, and I did so much on this wonderful project, and I will show you when I get to it in this pile. So I believe that was everything else next to stitching. Oh no, there is one thing. Like I said, I make project bags, and this is one I made, and I want to do it as a giveaway. It has cute spring flowers. It's not that huge, but it's a fun one. It has a red inside. Oh, you can see it like this. It's a really cute springy project bag. So if you want to join for the giveaway, I will draw a winner next time. Use the word flower, like the flowers on the bag. And this is only for Europe, Netherlands. I have to check shipping. Maybe world. I have to check shipping. I will put over here who can enter. Yeah. So my projects, I already told you I have one finish. It's a really small one, but it's cute. It's my Fox bookmark. I already finished another one. This one is mine, and I showed this in my whip parade as well. Someone pointed out to me this is called an inkwell, not an ink pot, but I changed the color of that. The books were crooked in the pattern, so I changed the books so they are straight. This was weird as well. I don't know. I changed a lot on this. The background color was supposed to be gray. I chose more of a dark steel blue, and I love it. So let's put it over my face so it will focus. Yeah. So now I showed it on here, I can use it. First one, this is in a teeny tiny bag, and in here is my kind of, it's not travel piece because I don't go anywhere. This is my downstairs stitching. This was a kit, I ordered it at Iris Borduurt, and I don't know if I showed this already next to my whip parade, but it's this kit, and you stitch these insects on canvas, and there are felt and magnets included, and you can use them as magnets. I already stitched the butterflies, and now I want to do these insects. So I started on the bee, bumblebee. I have some hanging threads, but let me put this behind it. This is how far I am. You can see the letters through it. That's annoying. What do I have without? Is this better? A little bit. But maybe like this. Yeah. I did all the full stitches already in the body, and now I'm working on the half stitches of the wing. And there will be backstage and a lot more half stitches. And when it's done, I can I don't know the word. I'm going blank. I can cut out, that's it, the bee, and I will stitch one of the other animals above it, which will be, with unanimous voting from my family, the ladybug. So now I'm doing this one, then I will be doing the ladybug, but it's so cute. And it's really easy to work on because it's just canvas. It's sturdy to hold, but the pattern is a little bit challenging. So yeah, I like it. Then in another project bag by me, in here is one of my full coverages I worked on in December, I believe, or maybe January. This is Story Time, and it's by, because I wrote it down, Serenity AI from Cross Stitch for Everyone. And I'm doing this kind of, how do you call it, typewriter method, where I do pick a block of 10 stitches, do all the stitches in that block, and go on. Finish most of my thread. I do park, and I stitch it row by row. This is the only project I do that with, but it's so fun. And this is how far I am for now. I think you can see it like this. It's so fun. I love these colors, and there are a lot of hoop marks, but oh, the colors, it's so fun. And it's kind of not really cartoony, but it's supposed to be looking like brush strokes and texture. So I think it's okay, it's nice. And it's really nice to work on different colors. Over here it's oranges and pinks and yellows, and then we go to green, blue. The girl's hair is purple, and then we go back to green and blue. And then her wing will start over here, I believe, and it's all the colors of the rainbow. And I needed color. We had such a gray winter. It was dark and rainy and overcast, and I believe there were weeks where I didn't see the sun, and it was so annoying. I need sun. So we had some amazing days with sun already. We had a few warm days, and it was so nice to feel the sun and to be outside with blue skies. And I will insert some pictures of our walks at the end, and I will try to do the grayer winter pictures first, and then the sunny spring. It's not spring, it's still winter, but the more bright and sunny pictures. Then a bag I made myself. I'm not sure if I showed this already, but I did a little bit of, is it patchwork? Quilted look project bag. I had a pack of these small squares and I didn't know what to do with them, but I believe this is so cute. So in here is Curious Girl, and it is a pattern from Etsy, and I have no idea who it is by, but I will insert it over here. Also for the finish party, I worked on this one quite a lot. I believe I did over 4%, and it is a really small one, but yeah, let me show you. This is how far I am already. I was starting this wasn't easy because the edge between the dark background and the bright colors where it meet, it was just 2 rows of pure confetti and more scattered than you can imagine. But when I got through that, it's nice. So next up there will be another dark corner with a lot of confetti, but yeah, and I believe this is around 15% already. So yeah, this will be so cute. Normally I don't really gravitate to red, but in this one it will be so cute. So another one in this project bag is my restart. First project bag, because I love Alice in Wonderland, and this fabric I found one day, and it's so fun with the stacks of teacups and the tea party. Yeah. In here is a chart. A friend charted for me, and I call it In Wonderland, and I started this on black fabric because a lot of this pattern is black, and I made a start. There's a little bit, how can I show you? I don't want to unfold everything. There's a teeny tiny bit left on the other side, but this was my start and I didn't gravitate to it. I didn't like it, and no, just no. So I decided I want to start it again on 20 count Ada, but because there is a lot of black, I don't mind seeing the stitches and seeing a bit of fabric through. I think that's part of the charm of stitching, and when you take a step back you don't see it anymore. But I was looking for a 20 count Ada, not white. So I thought about dyeing some myself, but yeah, what color, and maybe the fabric will lose some of its sturdiness, which I like. So and then on the craft fair I found a fabric. It's like a grayish lilac color, and I think you may have seen it already in the clip I inserted before from my haul from the craft fair, but I restarted it and I already did 1%, and it will be cropped, so it's actually more than 1% because I won't do a lot of black, only what I need because I have to stitch it. And this is how far I am. It's not really clear what this is already, but this is the teacup. Over here will be your fingers holding the teacup, and over here from the steam will become the Cheshire Cat. And the colors are so bright and fun, and pink and purple and blue, and Yeah, look at this. It's, yeah, it's so fun. And her hair isn't yellow, which scares me a bit because it's green. But next to the black, this might look yellow. Um, if it doesn't look right, I will pick other colors because I believe it's only 4 bright greens and 2 dark greens. So I think I can change that if it's needed. But over 1%, and I really enjoy stitching on it now. It hasn't a lot of color, so it's quite easy to stitch. I'm happy with it. Then a new start with the story, also in a project bag I made myself, and in here is a project I am going to stitch with my kids. I'm stitching it alone for now, but both of my kids started stitching, which is amazing and I'm so excited. But counting is hard for them, and one day I was searching on Etsy and I came across this pattern, and I believe it's called Home Sweet Home. And I thought, well, what if I stitch the outline and they can stitch everything inside, and we have a piece we stitched on together. So I made a start on a blue Ada I dyed myself, and I started the outline, and it won't be huge. One side is already done. It says sweet with a bee, a clover, some bubbles, sunflower and a mushroom, and it's so cute. And I'm trying to get this in Pattern Keeper so they can, it is in Pattern Keeper but not in the way I want. So I hope my kids can stitch from it. So yeah, this will be really fun and a nice memory with them. The zipper on this one isn't really, oh, there's floss between it. I will sort it out later. Then a project, it's in a project bag made by me, but it doesn't fit, as you can see. In here is this a new start? No, I don't believe so. No, I told about this in my last, or maybe the Flosstube before that, because we always had a dream, me and my husband, to own our own library. And I decided to start a special project for when we ordered our library bookcases. So I did, and it's a reading mouse with a city in the background, and it just reminded me of my husband. He liked it as well, so I started it for him. I only stitched on this one day after the last time I showed it, so it's not a lot of new progress. I believe just 200 stitches, but I really like this piece. Itchy nose. What I stitched this time is more of the ear, and I started in the back of the chair with some light colors. I hope it shows up. And I'm kind of doing this page first, and then I will go over. And I don't know, is this 5% already? I don't know, but I will, if you, as you have seen, I have put somewhere in the screen the information on the charts. But that brick, it looks so good. And this will be the wooden window frame. So yeah, I really like this one, but it needs a bigger project bag. And somewhere this summer I cut like 40 project bags because I wanted to make some to sell, some for myself, and there is a task waiting for me to make more project bags when I feel like it, and this one will get a special project bag. Then one that's in a special project bag already. This one is made by my friend Joanita Stitchy Things, and the hanger is by Lydia Lovely Stitches. And in here I have a book by Emma Congdon. My project is still in the hoop because this also is one of my downstairs projects, and it's from Cross Stitch for the Earth. Oh, let me check where it is. It's this project, and they don't have names, but I call this Little Things. Enjoy all the little things, with some crawlers. And this time I finished Enjoy, and I'm working on this bird over here. And like I said, it's in the hoop, but it's so pretty. This is on a 20 count Ada. I believe I dyed this myself, but I'm not sure. It might be dyed by Debbie, Creatively Yours. I don't know if it's hers or mine. I believe it's hers because I don't do overlock. Debbie? Is this Robin's egg? I don't know. It's so pretty. And the bird needs a face. But yeah, this will be so cute when it's done. In here was a card Joanita gave me with the bag, and I keep it with the bag because it's a beautiful card, and if I put it somewhere, I won't see it as often as I do now. So that goes back in, and when this one is finished I will pick another one from the book because there are so many beautiful projects in there. Now we go on to my big projects. This is a bag by Diane, Frog and Fudge, and I believe this one is made by Debbie. And the hanger in here is Princess Asleep. It's by Yvonne Gilbert, charted by Haidt. And I'm working on this kind of in a diagonal. I pick 3 blocks and I stitch those, and then I go down in a diagonal. So I did 1% on this one over here on the top, and it's so pretty. All the flowers and the butterflies. That's how you call it. Oh, there's the mailman. And a ring doorbell. I wasn't expecting mail, so I have to wait that he's gone. That's so awkward. So he's gone. I worked on this one, and I worked over here on the top on this. Is it a calla lily? It's the same one as this from another perspective. So I did 1%, and I love working on this one. And I believe it's at 18% now, because I wrote it down yesterday. So these will go over here. Another project bag, also by Diane. I love this one. The purples and flowers. In here is, what's in here? What is this? Ooh, it's Evening Serenity, talking about purples and flowers. This is one of my biggest pieces. And and it will be beautiful. I believe it's from Cross Stitch for Everyone, and yeah. So I worked on the second page over here, and you can't really see it, but I added a lot of dark blue, black, but also over here these lighter colors. And there's not much to see, but I will just keep stitching on it, and someday there will be more to see, and maybe someday far in the future it will be done, but who knows. What will I do first? The other one. Also a bag made by Diane. This is fabric I sent her myself because I love books, and this is an amazing fabric. Words. In here is my new start. Again, a big one, because why not? This was my New Year new start? No, because I got the fabric at a craft fair, I believe. I don't remember. I have no idea. It's folded weird. Why? I don't know. But it's my new start, and it's called Dear Alice. It's Alice in Wonderland, and I have no idea who it is by, but it will be in the screen. And I started in the corner, and it's for now all bright green, but in a couple of thousand stitches there will be the start of the Cheshire Cat that will be in this corner somewhere. And as you can see, this color, this corner is so bright, and usually you have the dark outside and go lighter in. This one is the opposite. So yeah, not much to see yet, but I believe it's 1.16%. Again, I wrote it down last night, and I had to check 6 times that I wrote it right, so it stuck in my brain. It's a weird fold in my fabric, but there's not much to see anyway, so yeah. Then in this bag is Mini Deer Creek. Like I said, I worked on this quite a lot in November and December to get it to 70%. My initial goal was to finish it last year, but it didn't happen. So yeah, there is kind of an issue with, there's a needle in here. Why is there a needle in here? So with this one, because I made a mistake using the wrong color. Remember that I made a mistake using the wrong color. I don't know if I will fix it or change it, but yeah, like I said, it's at 70%. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. Let me fold this one. It's so beautiful. I really like this one, and I've shown this a lot over the last years, but I worked over here in this, it's not really the corner yet, but I'm not really far off. I worked in the tree and the pine leaves and the water is where the mistake is. But I won't point it out, and if you can see it, please tell me, so I can change it. If you can't see the mistake, you can't see the mistake. So yeah, I worked on this part. I think most of this I did in November and December. So let's try this side. That's better. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. Can't wait to hang it somewhere in my house. And then there is one other piece that had a lot of progress. And because it's the one I did for the challenge from Stitches So Beautiful, and because I make pictures every week, my hair is really weird today. Because I make pictures every week, I might insert those pictures. But it's Wise Owl. It's by Dutch Lady Mystic Art by Stitches So Beautiful. And I finished the second row. And as you have seen the picture what it was before, because this is the only one I will do that for. At the end of last year, at my whip parade, I just finished the first row. So I doubled my stitches in 2 months. And this is because of the challenge, and because my brain needed something easy, I couldn't really switch projects. So yeah. Look at him, he's so beautiful. I love the colors, and this way on screen it's just as beautiful as in person. He's so perfect. So this is almost 31%. It's, yeah. I don't have words for this. I don't have words. I zeroed out quite a lot of no, colors already. I wanted to say numbers. Yeah, and as you can see how my fabric is centered. I always cut my fabric way too big, as you can see. And then I start over more in the corner than I have to. So I always am left with an extra piece on the other side, because I always start in this corner. So yeah, it's so beautiful. I don't know if I will keep up this amount of stitching on this. If I do, I can finish it this year, but I have no real goals for now. So yeah, go in. So then I only have one project left, but I'm not showing it now here. I already made a clip of what's in here, because in here is a project which combines my stitching and my reading. I haven't been reading a lot over the last months, but it's just the concentration. After like half an hour, my brain doesn't know anymore what I'm reading. So it's just, ooh, I bumped the chair. It's just small bits, but I love reading, and I wanted to combine it. So I will insert that clip now. So, like I already said, because this is a clip I will edit in later, I have a special new start, which includes my books. And this has a little bit of backstory, because a while back at the end of last year, like beginning of December, I was looking at temperature stitching. Words are still hard. Temperature stitching. And I was thinking like, well, it's not something I can keep my attention to. I will probably not keep up with it, lose my interest if I do this current year, coming year, this year. So what do I do? Then I was thinking, well, I can do maybe the year my kids were born, or the year I got married, or my birth year, or whatever. And then I was thinking really honestly, I don't care how warm it was on the 5th of December many years ago or whatever date. I don't really care. I look at the weather every day for the coming week to see how the weather is, but I don't care about future or past temperatures. So what do? I really loved the idea of tracking something. The end results, I really liked them, but it wasn't really my style. I couldn't find something that really made me happy. So one day I was finished with my book and I thought I want to stitch something to commemorate the books I've read. And then the wheels start turning, and a few days later I decided to stitch a granny square like you do in crochet in the colors of the cover of the book I read. Now, I don't read a lot. I don't. Especially the end of last year or last year in general. There was someone walking by. I don't read fast. I don't read a lot, but I enjoy reading. So I decided to do it at the start of 2024. All of my books, I went back. It were only a couple. And I looked at the covers and stitched a granny square in those colors. And I'm really excited for this one because I really love the effect. So this is how far I am for now. And it's so weird because none of it matches. And I don't know if there will be a lot of dark covers or two reds next to each other or whatever. And I ironed this, but I have a really long piece, so I don't know how long it will be. I just know I really love this. So I want to go over the books I've read and the square that it matches with. I'm not going in detail about the books because that's not, I can't do it. I can tell you if I liked it, what the story was generally about, but yeah, I took a picture, so I will put it up over there and I will show you what books matches with these squares. It's so cute. And I'm really close, so I can stitch this one. But I have an audiobook at the moment because some of these are audiobooks and a physical book. And I don't know which one I will finish first, so I'm waiting. So, the first one, some of them are just silly little romance books, and other ones are a little bit more deep or whatever. So, the first one is this book. It's called Katie and Clara's Curious Chorus Craft Shop, and it took me a while to read this, but I finished it in, I believe it was January. I took it everywhere. I had my water bottle spill over it. It was a fun book. And this is kind of series, and it's in England, of course. It's Cornish. At the Cornish coast, and a girl moves there and opens a craft shop, and you get to know the village and a lot of other people there. And in this case, it switches between now and I don't remember the year, but you go back in time to the former owner of the craft shop, and it's a fun book. I really like this, and the way it was written was just, I felt warm. And I don't know if you can see it, but over here there are a couple more books in this series. series I really want to read. I don't know if this person will, or the persons in this book will come into the other ones or whatever. But the way of writing, I really liked it. So that's book 1. Then the second one, it's a Dutch book. There's a hair on it. It's from Julie Chaplin and it's called The Kleine Theewinkel in Tokyo. And I know it's also available in English, like The Little Tea Shop in Tokyo. And also I have more in this series over here because I really liked this sort of book. All of the books of this series are girls, they change something in their life, go to a different country, different city, change their lives, and have an adventure. This book was different for me because it has kind of a romance setting, but I didn't like the guy. So I hope they didn't end up together. So seeing if they would end up together or not, it was just, I wasn't hoping for it. And I didn't experience that before like this. There are also things about the culture and the city that I really liked. It was just written really nicely. So yeah, I loved it. Then another Dutch book, and I don't know if this one is also available in English. I don't think so. It's by Astrid Harrewijn, and it's called De Stroopwafelshop. And it's about a girl, a Dutch girl, who gets the opportunity to compete, yeah, in like a competition where she and other people go to different cities to open a coffee shop. And the person who will do it the best will win a prize. Well, this girl, I don't know, Suze, she was supposed to go to, well, I can't find it, but she was supposed to go to a really up and coming area and be in a really nice environment, but she ends up in a different part of New York. And at first she struggles, but the community there is wonderful. She makes friends. She has an adventure. And the people, I really wanted to belong to this group of friends because it was really nice and warm. And I think I said I really needed it when I was reading this. But I wasn't done with the book when the book was done with me, when I was done reading it. But if you have the opportunity to read this, it's a nice book. Then another romance, and this one is a Dutch book, but it's also available in English. It's from Rebecca Raisin and it's called Rosie's Reizende Theewinkel, Rosie's Traveling Tea Shop. And this one took me a while. I really liked the potential this book had. And there's another one in the series from the perspective of another person in this book that I will read. But something in this book, how do I say this? I really like the story. She's traveling through England. And you get hints to things that will happen. And the building of that story was so nice, and you get excited for a certain thing to happen. And then it's just 2 sentences and you go on to the next thing. So it was a bit of an anticlimax. So yeah. Also, because it's a romance, I didn't really like this romance. If I tell you about it, I will spoil it. There's something weird at the end that made me want to read till the end. I kind of expected it. It's a good book, but the anticlimax part was a bit meh. But I will read the other one someday. Then I have a book that doesn't match the colors with the cover, because, let me show you. It's Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. One of my favorite books. I have read this before, but the second one, Ready Player Two, I don't have that book. And it's only available in another design, cover, print, whatever, as this one. And I will put them in screen, Ready Player One, Ready Player Two, in that series. And I really want to see in my stitching if books belong to a series or whatever. So I both stitched the red and yellow version for this book for Ready Player One in the other style, and Ready Player Two in the blue and black. Ready Player One, fantastic, go read it. It's about immersive gaming in, how do you say it? In a world that's decaying because everyone is gaming, immersive gaming. So I really like the story. Ready Player Two, this one, because I used the audiobook for that one. Certain parts of the story I really liked, others not so much, but I think it's part of the story to read them together. But Ready Player One, I love it. Then a Dutch book. This is Een Steekje Los by Iris ter Haar. It's biography. I don't know, not really. It's about living with fear, living with a fear disorder. I don't know how you call it in English. And what is fun is that Iris is also the owner of Iris Borduurt, which is an online web shop for cross stitch. So I got a signed copy from her because why not? I really like this. I was reading this when my own brain was not braining, and it was interesting to read. It's not a similar story to what I experience, but I do experience how do I say this? Healthcare here in the Netherlands is, for the most part, really good. But you have to wait so long to get healthcare for your brain. It's terrible. On the moment, I'm on a waiting list for that will be 11 months, but severe cases will cut in line. So they say it's 11 months, but it's possible it will be 10 months in half a year, and that's part of this book as well. And she has, next to the fear disorder, I don't know the name in English, also ADHD. So it's mixed. The timeline isn't always really clear, but I really liked reading this. So if you're Dutch and you like this kind of books, try it. After that, I listened to an audiobook, The Midnight Library. Whew, this was unexpected. My husband had the audiobook and he listened to it 2 years ago, and he was like, you have to read this or listen to this. Sorry, you have to read this or listen to this because I think you will really like it. But his style of books and my style of books, it's different. So I was a little bit scared of it. I know this book is not for everyone, but I'm in love with this book and I really want a physical copy. And there are so many quotes and things in this book I want to annotate, or just I want to live this book. It's quite of the start is hard. It's I think it could be triggering for some people, so I won't really talk about the beginning of the book, but eventually it's the question how your life will be if you have made different choices. Because every day we make so many choices, and often we think, what if I did this differently? And that's what this book is about. Yes, go read it. But do check if it's something for you. Then I needed an easy book. And I have bought this summer, I believe, yes, on our book shopping trip. It's a kid's book, but I really wanted to read it. It's Wonka, and I don't know if you can see it, but the title is Shiny Purple. I don't know what I was expecting from this book, but I wasn't expecting this. It was fun, but it's a kid's book. So some things didn't really, I was missing some things, especially at the end. There was something happened that could have much words. Okay. I really don't know how to say this, but something happens that changed a lot to someone's life. And they didn't go into that at all. Like, why? It's a part of the story missing. But it was a fun book. And this is the English version. And you can see it's a kid's book because, wait, let me check. It has these larger printed words, and every new chapter, it's whimsical. But it was a fun read. Yeah, it's okay. So then I started reading another book. I'm not done with it yet. I can show you what it is. I have it over here. I was reading earlier today. It's Derlegat Dream Department Store. It's part of the genre healing fiction. It's just a nice book. It's not exciting. It's not, there's not much happening, but it's for the warm feelings. And the cover, it's fun. The back as well. And I believe on the inside I have, wait a minute. So even on the inside there are these bottles, dream bottles, and my hamster is digging in his cage. It's a fun book, and I'm about halfway. So I started reading this, and I also listened to an audiobook. I have the physical book as well, so sometimes I was reading with the audiobook. But it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy. How do you say it? The 3 books of the Lord of the Rings. They are quite big. And I did watch the movies years ago. I liked it. My husband had the books, so I was like, let's read them. I found the audiobooks, and I was surprised. Because the movies, they are quite violent. They are being chased eventually. Like, it's a hectic book or movie. But in the book, it's much more whimsical, slow going. There are different characters. That surprised me. Yeah. Pleasantly surprised by the book in comparison to the movie. So that is the last one I stitched. And like I said, I'm working on another audiobook, and it shouldn't be a surprise, but it's part 2. So this will be a black square with a red ring in it. Also halfway, kind of ish. And after this I will do part 3 and The Hobbit, I believe. I think I will. I don't know. But yeah. So my current reads can go here, and all my other books can go back in my bookcase because some of them are missing. So yeah, I really love it. And the Lord of the Rings series will have a colored ring in a black shape, and the Ready Player 1 and Ready Player 2, you can see they are kind of similar. Some have 4 colors, some have 3, some have 2. Yeah, I really like this. So if I finish a new book, or when I do a new update and I have new squares or books, I will do an update, and it will be shorter than this, but I think it was really fun. And I wasn't planning it this way, but Ready Player 2 was my last book for last year, so I only read and listened to 6, and I'm already at 4 for this year, but I had just a little bit left of Iris, her book. This was an audiobook. I read this one, and this was an audiobook. So yeah, I did read a little bit with the audiobook, but it's different. But I'm excited about this. So yeah, this was this section, and you will go on to the next. So this was everything, all my stitching from the last 2.5 months. It's wild, and I will try to be back. It's now the last day of February, so I will be back somewhere in March, I believe, maybe the end of March, I don't know. For the rest, I want to say to you all that mental health and physical health is so important. So don't be like me, and take good care of yourself. And ending these videos is always awkward. So I hope you will have a nice day, a nice month, and enjoy yourself with some stitching or whatever you like. Go outside for a walk, whatever. I will insert some pictures of our dreary Dutch country, and also some nicer pictures. And I will see you again when I will see you again. Bye bye.